Don't buy this phone. Hear me out. There are many reasons why I'm saying you should actually skip this iPhone 8. First of all, if you have the money to buy the iPhone 8, then obviously you have the money to buy the iPhone X. In my opinion, the iPhone 8 should have just been called the iPhone 7s. All the features on it, the wireless charging, glass back, every single one of those things are also on the X. So if you have the money to buy the iPhone 8, then obviously you should have the money, like what, $200, $300 extra to get the iPhone X. I would say the iPhone 8 is just basically a glorified version of this iPhone 7. So if they were going to bring out the X eventually, then I don't really see the point of bringing out the iPhone 8. They look very much alike. If take for example, I take off the case on my iPhone 7 and put it on my iPhone 8, they still look alike. Don't get me wrong, in everyday use, the iPhone 8 is actually faster than the iPhone 7. It actually is. There's no point in buying the iPhone 8 because in terms of features, the iPhone X is actually better. The camera is the same with the iPhone 8. It's typically the same thing. So the iPhone 8 should just have been called the iPhone 7s. Then again, I get where Apple is coming from, seeing as their greatest rivals, Samsung, they're also going up, right? Because Samsung now have the S8 and the S8 Plus. So I think Apple feels the need to keep up. I tested the cameras out myself. You can see that in my previous video. Although I didn't make a video about the portrait mode, I didn't put it in my video, but I tested it out off camera. The portrait mode is actually better on iPhone 8, seeing as you have all these other options you can select from, as opposed to the iPhone 7 when that's just the only picture you have. But then again, this same portrait mode is going to be in the iPhone X. So basically, it comes down to this. Everything we have on the iPhone 8 will have on the iPhone X. This is a personal opinion. The iPhone 8 to me, like I said before, I get where Apple is coming from because Samsung has the 8 now. And next year, Samsung is going to have the 9, Galaxy S9, Galaxy Note 9. But then Apple could have just as easily done iPhone 6, 6s, 7, then X, which is 10, celebrate the 10th anniversary, and then from 7 to X and go up to 9 if we are looking at the fact that they're competing with Samsung in order to do it. But basically, there's nothing wrong with the iPhone 8. If you want to get the iPhone 8, go for it because it's just basically a glorified version of the iPhone 7. So that's basically it. To quickly summarize everything, the iPhone 8 is an uncalled for version of the iPhone 7. It seems to me like it was just something they said, let's just put this out there. They actually concentrated more on the iPhone X because the original leaks were pointing towards the iPhone X. If you remember correctly, the leaks about the iPhone 8 actually came a little bit later than the pictures for the X we saw. That's basically what I'm saying. Skip the iPhone 8, buy the iPhone X. That's just it. So please leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.